Hello and welcome to the Voice of Todd. I'm Tom, and in this video we're going to take a look at the latest news on Jusant, the Don't Nod climbing exploration sim. It looked beautiful from the summer showcase. That was the first time that we saw it. There's something just visually pleasing about it, and I am really getting into these non-action games where it's like puzzle focus, it's exploring, it's just being in a beautiful world, just to go out and explore and, well, in this case, climb and use your weird jelly bean thing to create water. I don't know. Hopefully the devs here will give us more of an idea of what's going on, because this is a bit where maybe we'll get a new trailer as well. That would be really cool. Honestly, I don't need to see any more of this game to know that I want to play it. I believe it's out this year as well. But let's see what the devs have to say.
I think it's time for another Twitch chat giveaway. So all you need to do is type !day1 for your chance to win a month of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. That's !day1. Good luck, everyone. And while you're busy entering the giveaway, I think it's a great time to also get out your climbing rope and make sure your blast is strapped in tight as we journey up the tower in Jusant. Joining me on this meditative climb,
Jusant.
Game directors Kevin and Mathieu. How are you guys today? It's great to have you.
Yeah, we're fine. Thanks for welcoming us.
Awesome. I'm so excited as a big fan of Life is Strange and also Vampire to have you guys here from Don't Nod Entertainment.
They have Don't Nod have a couple of things coming out. They've got Banishes as well.
Yeah, sure.
I can't wait to see.
Oh, we get gameplay?
Straight away,
kind of seen gameplay.
We've got a little watermark down in the corner here as well. Can you tell me what that means?
Yeah,
for the gameplay
it's a marker. It's a sign because it's actually exclusive content.
Hey.
So yeah. So we are showing off like today because it's a special event, but it won't be in the game in the end. So don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna be here when you play.
No watermark. Excellent news.
Oh, the mark, not this content. Okay, fair enough.
Can you tell me what that means for the game title?
Yeah, of course. So Jusant is a French word. It's actually a maritime term that we use to explain the period of time of receding tide. Actually, you guys in English you have ebb, E-B-B, but we prefer the sound of French word better. Sorry.
It does sound
It's
good.
the French,
I like that phrase a lot, but you know, I don't really use it in everyday life.
Yeah.
Jusant
the
sounds
ebb.
a lot nicer too.
Oh, it just looks so pretty.
It also means something from our game because as you can see, people who are listening to us already played the demo. They probably witnessed the fact that the ocean of the world has gone, and it's actually a permanent receding tide. So.
Oh, okay. So there is a reason for it.
So it'll affect sort of the setting and the story behind it as well.
There's no water. It's the reverse of Waterworld.
Now, speaking of the demo and also the trailer you guys showed not too long ago at the Xbox Games Showcase, we saw some pretty interesting looking game mechanics like this rope here. Here to tell us all.
Yeah, of course.
It looks just more like a grappling hook.
Everybody can witness the fact that our main mechanic is climbing, but we also have a couple of tools to help us do so. You have a rope, you have what we call the pythons, you have 3 of them. You have the stamina that you can see on the green gauge here.
Oh yeah.
And actually, the level design behind it is that every wall that you climb,
if you got an infinite rope,
has a puzzle. So you need to use those tools to overcome the puzzle and find the solution. And
okay,
on the second
just looks
part,
so pretty. I love the art style.
Here on the shoulder.
It's the colours.
Ballast.
Cute. So, is his eyes closed there as well?
So he's gonna help us climbing as well because he also features abilities like echo. Matt will show that later on. And what he just did is like some kind of a sonar that gives you hints of some narrative elements that we scattered through the world.
Okay.
So yeah.
So kind of like secrets or Easter eggs to find and stuff like that, or
Easter eggs. I mean,
reminds me, it's a kind of game like Firewatch.
Want. But yeah, we scattered a lot of stuff.
It's an exploration. There's probably a narrative element running through.
About the stories as well.
But it's more about exploring this grand area.
Then you'll be able to. Right now.
Nice.
Problems? problems. Problems with their stream. That's not good.
Oh, so it's kind of like fluid almost.
Yeah,
oh,
it's,
like a little...
it's actually made of water. I didn't
okay.
didn't say that. It's actually made of water. It's the only water in the world right now, and that.
I bet that's not true. I bet there's something else.
Okay, how very interesting.
So, for example, if I can jump in here,
Sure.
it's actually exclusive stuff that we have in this specific biome.
What's
Those
this?
pebbles that Matthew is
Biome.
climbing on. It's actually a living thing that you can use to climb, and the
Oh, that's
echo
cool.
of the ballast can actually, have an effect on that, and among other things.
Wow. So it seems you've got a lot of help climbing this
Yeah,
tower
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. It's not
Of
just
course.
about the rope maybe then as
No,
well.
no, it's through the mechanics, through the gameplay, we are trying to tell something about helping each other, because of course our main character couldn't climb without the ballast, and the ballast couldn't climb without the main character.
Yeah.
So it's all about, a fable about helping each other. How should we coexist together instead
It's
of, not
like,
doing
it
so,
reminds me of the
and
exploration
how
from
we can
Uncharted
move
2.
forward or upward in our case.
Obviously, you've got a rope, but
yeah,
you're
in
jumping
life.
around. You're
So that's
trying to
part
work
of the
out
message of
how you get
Very
up to that
beautiful.
point.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
And then there'll be little alcoves where there's little hidden bits, and that's what it reminds me of more than anything else.
More about the rope as well, because we've gone up a few different levels. You've used ladders, Mathieu, as well as the rope, and I've seen it change color a few times.
Yes.
So.
Has a feedback. We just to make sure that the players understand the rope has a length limit, and so to make sure that everybody knows
okay.
what length they have already unrolled, the rope changes of color. So when it's blue, it's
That's
fine.
clever.
When it's yellow, you actually need to be monitoring what you're doing, and when it's getting red, it's because you are approaching the limit length.
I see. That's
Yeah.
really interesting. I love
So you're
these
gonna have to be
flowers that
brave
we're
with
seeing.
some elements
you
of
can
it.
climb on. So this is one of the effects of the echo I was, talking about earlier. This is one of the features that is also interesting for us, narratively speaking and gameplay-wise, because as you awaken the living thing and the nature in the game to help you climb, and so in gameplay you also awaken it to awaken the tower. And besides being made of water, the ballast is actually the only thing here that shares a bond with the tower and with the nature. So it's kind of representing symbolic. It's
So
like a symbolism about
the ballast,
the link with the nature.
obviously made of water, draws on water, does stuff with water.
Yeah, that's so interesting as
But
well.
that, are you like trying to take
I hope
it
you're all,
home,
enjoying
or
some Jusant gameplay as well. I'd love to see some opinions as well. This is so
So I'm glad to start calling it
This is
Jusant.
going to be coming to Xbox Game Pass as well.
Yes.
It is Game Pass,
Day 1
cool.
too. So if you fancy winning some Game Pass to play Jusant, then !day
I'm
1. Good
looking
luck,
forward to it.
everyone.
It's a nice change of pace from
Now we
the
are
other stuff that we're looking
approaching
at.
a very tricky area, because if you're afraid of height, then don't look down, or maybe you should look down for the people, Matt. So
Matthew's not afraid.
the tools we were talking about earlier, the fun that is that you need
Whoa.
to combine them to overcome the
Okay.
challenges that we're talking about. So here
You have your
swing over,
three
and then you can wall
pins
run, you can use the
that you
pebbles, but if you don't
pin
want to,
as you
then it's
swing
your
to a
choice. You
wall,
can
then
do
that pins your rope.
Yeah.
you can
Okay,
go on the left
that's
with
smart.
with your rope.
They've thought
And
about
now
this.
You can throw an eco to go up again. It's actually very free. We try to, through our gameplay, we try to give the possibility for players to actually climb at their own pace. You're designing your own flow, so
Yeah.
it's up to you how you want to climb. And one thing that we made sure of is you can't die. And the rope is actually creating some kind of bound between you and the tower.
Okay.
And without the rope, you can climb, but without, I mean, if you fall, it will hold you back, so you can't die.
So it
you
doesn't
can't
just
die in
snap.
Jusant. It's actually not very necessary. And for us, because
That's
we
an interesting
wanted to
way of
create
doing
some
it.
kind of meditative vibe.
Yeah.
This was not part of the design.
That's lovely. And then you've just reattached the rope to
Yes.
your next checkpoint.
One thing that we can mention here is what Matthew did is what we call a relay. It's actually a term that you can use also in climbing. The people are creating relay to, you know, help other people when they are climbing high.
Yeah.
And we use the feature in our game to actually give you the possibility to fully recharge your stamina when actually before that you
While
need
you're
to
hanging.
be feet on the ground to do so. So it's actually making you
That's cool.
climb longer, and it's actually also creating some kind of checkpoints
Nice.
that you make sure that you won't fall anymore.
Yeah.
And
That's
you can also
smart.
use,
Smart way of
like
doing
you
it.
did, the rope as a grapple. It's yeah, you can use it as a magnet, so you can grapple where you see this kind of stuff.
Very versatile then. I'm curious, do you guys climb yourself then? If you, there's a lot of thought
Not,
in here.
not really, but
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah,
You do
just-
some in the
just
research.
They obviously have done a lot of research on this.
1 year ago, maybe 2 years ago, we started to climb, but yeah, not professionals, definitely.
Definitely
Just
not.
for fun. That's cool. So yeah, you mentioned just then about using like the pebbles, the
Yeah.
that are alive, as well as you're climbing up the plants and stuff, and the environments look really beautiful, as well as I guess different ways to solve each of the puzzles that
Yes.
you're talking about.
I'm
too?
I'm mesmerized by it. I
what
think
we
it
try to do
looks
is, since we are
so
telling the
chilled.
story
The
of,
music
bygone
sounds very
civilization,
tranquil. Obviously, they're going for that
every
meditative
force
element
or
to
every
it.
object that you use to
And I
climb
completely
was
get that.
actually used by
Like, this is a
people
game that you
before,
could
so-
probably just
Oh,
sit
okay.
there and
Yeah,
spend
so that's
hours
why
on
you
without
use the
knowing
rope
it,
so
because
much,
you just hit
because
that zen
we
state.
try to tell a story
Again, you'd
about
have to
vertical
play it
society,
to get a feel for the
vertical
controls,
life,
but
and
from what I
everything
can
was
see,
made
it's
to make sure that people are
fairly
able to
straightforward
climb.
and it's not too
So
taxing.
you're
It's
just using that back.
you're not worrying about dying, you're just
and
trying to
it's a
work
way
your way
to-
through
yeah,
to the
to
next
move
puzzle.
upwards
There's
and
no...
onwards.
Nice.
And now Matt
I mean,
is going to
that
show
we've
us how
seen,
we
there's
can
no
dance
combat,
among
there's
the
there's
people.
nothing like that. I mean, there might be
Because you
elements
have-
of
we designed
stealth
this
or something, I don't know,
particular
but...
wall made fully of pebbles. So you need to play with your rope, with your pythons. You need to use everything you have in hands
Yeah.
to make sure you overcome the wall and finish that.
Oh gosh, look how cute. I'm
What
obsessed
a
with how
really
cute
cool
everything
gameplay
is in
idea
this
to
game
take
already.
the handholds
And I don't
from
know
a
if people
climbing
noticed, but
wall
so
and
if
turn
you
them
use
into a
the
creature
echo,
so that
they
they're
will
moving.
stop
You
for a
just grab one
moment.
and follow them up.
So that gives you the opportunity to
Ah,
kind
okay.
of pause the game and you know, relax, observe where you can go and go back climbing
Yeah.
again.
Make your next move, figure
Yeah,
out your
I'm
next
Really
move.
impressed with
That's
how
so
much
cool.
thought they've put into
So
this.
the
I mean, obviously the
different, I
core
guess,
mechanic of the
puzzles
game. The
or
game is
environment
basically just a
sections,
climbing
can
sim.
you choose different ways to climb
But they've
up?
really
Like,
weaved the
can.
gameplay in
Yeah,
through that
you
whole
definitely
idea
can.
of
And we have
how do we
different
make
biomes.
this
This is the second one. People
more
had
of
the
an
chance to play to the
experience
first one
than
in the public demo,
go to the top of
and
the
we have
tower.
Others, and
Like
each
the-
biome has specificities.
They've thought of the journey,
The environment will
basically,
will
to
change, and this is
put it
how
in
we bring
my idiot
gameplay
terms.
variations into our game.
You know, the player's going on a
So,
journey.
I hope that
How,
guys
the
are
journey
excited
is
to
getting
see
from where you
what's
start
next.
to where you
Ah.
end.
What are the biomes made of?
For sure.
The end
I'm really
point
excited
is just
more
an
about
end point. The
your
experience
balance
is
abilities
playing
too,
through
so maybe you can speak about
puzzles
it just now, I won't push you,
and
but
trying to
it'd be
work
really
out
cool
where
to
you
see if
are
there's,
and-
like, new abilities
and actually taking a minute to
how
look at
that
the
affects
scenery.
wrestling
Yeah,
and
actually, we
well.
saw kind
It
of
probably
everything
is, and I've never done climbing, but it probably is like climbing. You've
what
got a
we
point
try
where you want to
do
reach.
is give
Maybe it's working
all
out how
the
you're going to reach
players
it,
at the
changing your
beginning,
perspective,
all the tools
changing
they
you,
need,
you know,
and
where you're
then
positioned on the wall.
you need to
Right,
stick
where you're going
with
to go
it,
next. All right,
and
that route isn't
as
maybe quite as easy as I thought it was. Let's try going a different way.
Through the environment.
I'm really getting that
It's
vibe.
actually a kind of
I
a
hate
short
heights,
game,
so you're never going to get me on a
having
climbing wall.
upgrades or whatever, it wouldn't have make sense.
This-
Besides, with the message that we are trying to tell, it didn't fit in the mood.
I'm totally
since
down
we are
for
trying
it.
to bring a meditative
And it's so
vibe,
different to
you know,
what Don't Nod are
chill
doing
game, chill
with
game.
Banish's Ghosts of New
Like
Eden,
other games
which
do,
is an action
it
game.
wasn't our cup of tea, so it's better to have few tools that you have from the beginning, and then you have time to master them. You have time to get used to it.
That's
and
a good
then we are
point.
here to trick you into some habits.
So you
And,
get,
I love that.
you just get everything.
Does it
There's
feel
no unlocking. There's no
already as
sort of
well?
item progression. You
So
have
this is,
everything, and then you just
one
learn as
tower
you go
that
through
we're
the
climbing
game.
up just now. Is there like different sides that we could explore? Is that quite a key element to the game as well?
We have few secondary paths where you find more about the lore and the story, but it's not an open world game, so you know.
You're not really getting a huge amount of the music. Obviously, I'm talking over it. They're talking over
on
it.
the vistas and make sure that
But the music
people
sounds beautiful.
had the time to enjoy the environment we were designing. Also, what Matt did is something that we like to do ourselves is, looking back, realize how much you have climbed and how much is left as well. And we hope that guys will be enjoying as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's like some time elements as well as this maritime theme of water coming and going then as well? Something like that?
Not about water, you said? Sorry.
Like the time that you're saying, you can look back at, I guess, the progress you've made and stuff, as well as like the water leaving and things.
Yeah, you can find traces of this. So.
Nice.
And
I think it's stunning.
People, I hope
I'm not even listening to what she's saying.
Because
All the answers, to be fair. I'm just enjoying looking at the game.
Composer called Guillaume Ferrand. If he's watching us, I say, hey, Guillaume. And he actually understood very well how what were our intentions, what we were trying to tell, what story is behind it, and he composed very beautiful music and OST. So
glad
they touched on the music.
Quite an important element to the setting.
Because it is
because it set up the mood
beautiful.
As well. Is when you're playing,
absolutely beautiful.
Like a nice piano music, it helps bring the chill out experience, right?
Amazing. It does. I'm so chilled already just playing with you guys today. Do you know, I cannot wait to play some Jusant as well. I hope chat feel the same way as well.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think it looks awesome.
Thank you so much for showing us some
you.
Jusant today. That's been so good.
Thank you for having us.
No worries. I have one last question for you guys, and that would be, when can we play it then?
Actually, the game will be released on the 31st
of
October.
They've dated it.
Yeah, so you can pre-order it.
So much coming out in the next 4 months.
Now, I guess.
Hey!
Yes.
How exciting. There we go.
So I hope,
right, that's another one for the calendar, 31st of October, Jusant.
And 2 months from now.
2 months from now. I can't wait. Guys, thank you so much
again. Thank you for having us.
Awesome. Next up, we're venturing back
Are we going to get the trailer?
Place with Alan Wake 2, but first,
we'll be looking at that
one
later.
More look at Jusant.
Yes, nice. Okay. I do love a post-apocalyptic world and all the varying forms that they can come in. The lighting seems pretty key as well. Obviously climbing and things, but there's so much of a part in where you're going, and you're starting in the darkness and working your way up to the light. And I'm sure they've done that on purpose. The Baby Yoda noises might get annoying. Wow. This must be a different biome that they talked about. Oh, the music is so good. So a lot of this footage is from what they've just shown off, which is pretty good. Wow. I don't want to see... Oh, and there's a grassy biome? I think that's looking amazing.
It's the game.
I think that's looking awesome. We get a shot of... There we go. Jusant. Now we know how to say it. We know when it's coming out. What a pleasant surprise that was to see at the showcase 2 months ago. And seeing it again is just... It looks so chilled out. And just... I already feel just watching it. And I'm in front of a camera, but I feel super just de-stressed. And that trailer was beautiful. The music is beautiful. Visually, it taps into an art style that I obviously love because it's resonating with me. I think this looks amazing. I can't wait to just get out and explore and And I love the element of there's lore and there's notes that you can find that maybe talk of things from the past, and then there's the extra exploration elements of going off the beaten path, whatever the path is, going off and finding little things, maybe trinkets, stuff like that. That exploration element, just it's absolutely what I love doing. I love exploring in games, and a game of just exploring in such a beautiful world with such beautiful music, sign me up. 100%. 100%. Let me know what you thought of Jusant, or why the Xbox has just turned itself on. My Xbox One keeps turning itself on. I've got no idea why. I think it's old. It's probably broken, but it's old. Does what it wants, I guess. A weird little sidetrack. Let me know what you think of Jusant in the comments. Obviously, it's probably not for everybody, but I think there might be quite a bit of hype for this one as we get closer to October 31st. And thank you very much for watching. More to come with Alan Wake 2, as they've mentioned, and a little bit of Ara. Well, Ara History Untold, which for some reason is really got me interested as well. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.